Hello, friends. And how do you personally feel about the homeless? Do you help these people? Or just walk by with your eyes down? We often see homeless people walking down the street, sitting on the ground, trying to keep warm, in metro lobbies or apartment building entrances. At the same time, some of us treat them with understanding, others simply try not to notice them. And someone is completely disgusted with them. But anyway, the heroine of our current story has shown in practice that even despite the cruelty of the modern world, kindness, compassion and mercy remain in it. Except she had no idea who is standing in front of her. And it just so happens that the whole world will know this poor guy, but about everything in order. One day, Catherine and her family came from France to the Big Apple in order to have fun. In France, a woman works in the tourism industry, and she has been dreaming about a trip to New York for a very long time, and this vacation was supposed to be simply unforgettable for her. By the way, that's what happened. During another walk through the bustling streets of the city, Catherine, along with her son and husband, went to a nearby cafe, and they ordered pizza for themselves. Everything was just great. The pizza was delicious, and the mood was great. But suddenly the woman's gaze fell on a homeless man who was rummaging in a trash can located right next to the pizzeria. Catherine noticed right away. Poor guy. I also noticed a huge number of people who were just hurrying along the sidewalks and did not pay attention to the man beaten by life. As the woman herself said later, at that moment I felt very sorry for him, and her heart ached with sympathy. In general, without thinking for a minute, Catherine took a large slice of pizza and went to the homeless man, who was just finishing something from the trash can at that moment and, coming closer to him, politely handed him a bag of food to say that the tramp was surprised not to say anything. He only asked what was in the package. Catherine tried to answer in English, but still said half of the sentence in French. "I'm sorry, but the pizza is cold." To which the pleasantly surprised homeless man took the package and replied, "Thank you very much. I am sure that the Lord will not leave unnoticed. May God protect your deeds." It seems Catherine did the usual thing of a normal person who has a heart, and one could forget about it forever. But, as it turned out, this was not the end of the story at all, but its beginning, because she could not even imagine. Who was this man? 2 days later, Catherine and her family had breakfast in a small cafe near the hotel, and what a surprise the family was when a hotel employee brought unsuspecting tourists from France a fresh issue of the New York Post newspaper, where there was a photo with a homeless man on the main page. As Catherine herself recalled, "I couldn't figure out what was going on and how this photo could have ended up in the newspaper. We were all puzzled by this question, but then the incredible happened." The hotel employee asked, "We really don't understand who is in the photo." And when we answered no, he opened our eyes. As it turned out, the homeless man who was rummaging through the trash can was none other than Hollywood star Richard Gere. But how can this be? And what was he doing there? You might ask. It's all very simple. At that time, a film was being shot in New York, where Richard Gere played a homeless man. The scene at the trash can, in which he was rummaging to get himself food, was part of the film. And it just so happened that somehow Catherine and her family wandered onto the set, which they didn't even realize because of the significant extras. At first, Richard did not understand what was happening, because according to the script there was no woman with pizza, but soon he realized that the sweet lady from France was just mistaken and did not recognize him in makeup. He gladly accepted the food and thanked her for it. And after that, for a long time I was impressed by how kind, caring people can be. Soon, the photos, as well as the story of an ordinary Frenchwoman and a Golden Globe winner, flew all over the world, and upon returning home, Catherine herself was now interviewed and even autographs. As for Richard, later he will say that he would like to thank the woman personally, and, by the way, I do not know if there was a continuation of this story, but whatever it was, Catherine herself says one thing: it is important, in every person in the form of a person. If you have a resource to help someone who is in trouble at the moment, then you definitely need to use it. It can be very important for him. Just stop and look around. Maybe someone you can help today. Tomorrow will help you. In general, this is the story, friends. Write in the comments. And what would you personally do if you were Catherine? Also rate the video if you liked it, and see you soon.